Sarah worked as an accountant for a large company. In her line of work, she sometimes had to deal with Mr. Fox, the assistant to the CEO, an older, stern, and finicky man. Mr. Fox liked to delve into the intricacies of all the processes involved in running a company, and often asked Sarah questions that seemed silly to her. She did not like meeting Mr. Fox, and although they were both almost the same age, she often characterized him to her friends as a tedious, boring old man who bothered her work. One day, when Mr. Fox once again checked with Sarah about some little thing and left the office, Kate, who worked as a junior accountant, winked at the woman and said, "There's something about your suitor coming to us a lot. Have you reciprocated?" Kate was Mr. Fox's niece, so Sarah was careful not to speak harshly of him in Kate's presence. But she had never concealed a strained relationship with the assistant general manager, so she was extremely surprised at this conclusion. The woman began to deny everything, but Kate confidently stood her ground, convincing her colleague that Mr. Fox was crazy about her. Intrigued, Sarah, against her will, began to look more closely at the man. She greeted Mr. Fox more affably now, answered questions more readily, and wondered if what Kate had told her was true. Relations between them became noticeably warmer. Soon they were discussing not only work matters, but in their spare time, they were also talking about other topics, discussing the weather, new movies, books they had read, and world events. Sarah realized with surprise that Mr. Fox was not at all taciturn and boring. He had a broad outlook, he spoke intelligently, he joked amusingly. One day, during lunch, they went down to the park for a nature snack and talked so much that they barely made it back to their offices. Another time, a man invited her to a cafe after work. The evening was wonderful. When it became clear that Sarah loved golf, Mr. Fox, who turned out to be Henry, happily told her that he had long loved the game and immediately offered to take her to his favorite country club for the weekend. They both had a great time, enjoyed playing golf, had lunch at the clubhouse restaurant, and felt like they didn't want to break up. So much they bonded. After a delightful weekend, Sarah and Henry began dating openly, getting to know each other better and better. It took less than a year before the couple decided to live together. One evening, they were both sitting on the balcony, sipping red wine and leisurely discussing their plans for the future. Suddenly, Mr. Henry leaned towards his girlfriend and, kissing her shoulder, said, "My dear, how glad am I that Kate has confessed that you like me. I wouldn't have dared even think of it myself. I always thought you were a wonderful professional, but I had no idea what a wonderful woman you are." Sarah became numb with surprise and almost dropped her glass. It turns out Mr. Fox wasn't in love at all at first. Kate teased them both and made them pay attention to each other. Sometimes we don't realize that there is just the right person, and in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, we risk missing our chance for happiness.